This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. All your support is greatly appreciated.
Good evening. Welcome to the Jamie Glazov Moment. Tonight, Asia Bibi to be released. Pakistan's Supreme Court acquits Christian woman on death row for blasphemy charges. Ladies and gentlemen, praise the Lord. What a miracle. What a blessing. What beautiful news. We've been covering this for years. Asia Bibi has been in our hearts. And the Pakistani Supreme Court has overturned and refused to sanction these blasphemy charges against Asia Bibi and ordered that she be released. Now, Asia Bibi has been rotting in a Pakistani jail for some 8 years now. And you can look up our coverage on this. You know, it all began with how Muslim women refused to drink from a certain cup of water that Asia had drunk from. And that's how it started, because in that world of Islam, Asia is a kafir, she's an unbeliever, and she is considered inferior and dirty, and she should not be touching that cup of water. This is all entrenched in Sharia. The foundation is Islam. And we will never see Chelsea Handler or Kathy Griffin or Whoopi Goldberg or Oprah and all of these leftist feminists, and even this #MeToo movement that now in general, even symbolically, is supposed to be on the side of abused women in general. They've never said a word on behalf of Asia Bibi and the millions of women that she represents that are suffering at the hands of Sharia and at the brunt of jihad. But in the end, these Muslim women had surrounded her after they accused her of touching this cup and drinking water from it, and they start pressuring her to convert to Islam and, you know, insulting her, etc. And under circumstances we're not completely sure, but Asia Bibi had stood up for herself and saying she believed in Jesus Christ. And what have you, the course of events that occurred is that she was accused of blasphemy, and her life was in jeopardy, her family's life was in jeopardy. Crowds and riots, they had surrounded her house, etc. And many masses and masses of Muslim protesters and demonstrators want her dead because of what Islamic texts say about blasphemy. And so the Glazov Gang has been following this, has been on the side of Asia Bibi, has been praying for her, and many of our fans, many of our viewers have been praying for her and her safety. And we just want to celebrate today because it was just recently announced the Supreme Court has sided with Asia Bibi. It has not accepted those blasphemy charges, and she is to be released. Now, we celebrate. It's a blessing. We thank the Lord that this Christian woman is being released, and she is not facing a death penalty by the state, but masses and masses of Muslims who have been protesting in Pakistan, threatening to take the law into their own hands because they want Asia Bibi dead because of Islamic blasphemy laws rooted in Islamic texts. We have to pray for Asia's safety and for the safety of her family. Meanwhile, what a disgrace how quiet and silent the left is, as I've mentioned before, in our culture, in our society, how the feminists are silent. And it's a disgrace and it's a shame. But we stand for Asia Bibi. We take this moment today to celebrate. I want to thank a lot of people, but it has to be for another show. But I want to thank the producer of this show, Annie Cyrus, who works 24/7 on behalf of suffering women under Sharia. And Annie Cyrus is doing so much work and involved in so much activity on behalf of all of these suffering and persecuted women, including Asia Bibi. And I'd like to thank Annie for all of her work, all of her prayers, and everything that she does. And the next stage now, ladies and gentlemen, is let's keep fighting. Let's keep Asia Bibi in our hearts, and let us keep working for her safety and getting in touch with all of our representatives and with the media. And we celebrate, but now the next stage is we're praying for the safety of Asia Bibi and her family. Thank you very much, but it's a day to celebrate, and a wonderful news of her release. And we'll see you soon on the Jamie Glazov Moment. Good night.